Welcome to the 2300 Pick Six podcast. I'm your host, Dave Walker, about to do Week 8 picks with Joe Law. How you doing, Joe?
Hey, Walker, I'm doing great. Yourself?
I'm doing good, man. I had a very good week. Just got done visiting my mother. We just had lunch. I had a very good football week. Speaking of my mother, and me and you were talking about before we got on air, is I had to quote the words of Stone Cold Steve Austin. This is for the New York Giants / Smurfs. Have to be the world's dumbest son of a bitch team ever to blow 19-point lead and to let Denver score 33 unanswered. And I know me and you both were laughing our asses off.
Yeah, we were. Because even though that was the game of the week, believe it or not.
Yeah, it was.
It was a good back and forth battle. But yeah, I don't know what they were thinking on defense. They were playing more prevent. They were than anything and letting them come downhill and just keep scoring and scoring. It's like, why are you playing the way that you were playing the first three quarters of this game?
Yeah, like I said, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Why are you just sitting back and just letting Denver go up and down the field, scoring left and right, and then their kicker misses two critical extra points.
He did. I didn't get to see all of it because I was watching the Dallas game. But then after that, I'm looking, it was a shutout, and I'm going like, are you freaking kidding me at first? And then when Denver's starting to make a comeback, it was like a weird, screwy game. And then everybody was hitting me up saying, oh, the Giants are going to pull this off. I said, no. I have a feeling in my gut the Giants are going to fuck this up somehow. I'm not being a hater. I just know that New York is going to fuck this up. And then they literally did, which was the point where if anybody ever subscribes to this one New York Giants fan, his name is Bad Dog on YouTube. Very good. He's a smart YouTuber. He knows the truth about his team. He does not hide it. If that would be only one you would listen to. But from what I heard from what he was saying was in the game part, which was Denver has 3 timeouts. Denver's going to have to burn them. But the last one, which you should not do, and I know the Giants probably had a lot of faith in Jackson Dart to throw the ball. You don't do that. You literally gave the Denver Broncos a gift doing that.
Yeah, you did. Big time.
You gave them a gift to come back in this game. All you had to do was you could run the ball with Scadaboo. Scadaboo doesn't get the first. They use that last timeout. Then you got to have Denver go the length of the field, get a touchdown, field goal, and possibly an onside kick.
Yeah. The onside kick now, it's like weird. It's like no one gets them anymore.
No.
There's reports that the NFL is thinking of getting rid of the onside kick altogether now.
Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah, because it's not easy to get an onside kick these days. I don't know how to do it successfully. You got to find some way because it's not like where it used to be where you can get that running head start.
Exactly. I wonder if they get rid of the onside kick, they'll do the XFL style. Have the ball at the 50 and have two of your fastest guys run for it, and whoever gets it gets the ball.
Yeah.
Their onside kick type deal.
Yeah.
I remember that.
I remember that what the XFL did, yeah. But that doesn't say. I just know I laughed my ass off. You laughed your ass off. My mother did. She literally, like I said earlier, it was like she just won the $25,000 off the Family Feud. She doesn't bet, but that's how she reacted. You would have thought that.
But here's the thing. It's the Smurfs.
Yeah.
So when you're a bad football team, everyone knows that, you're going to do something bad. They're just waiting for it. And the fourth quarter came and got them.
Yeah, it did.
Burns was pissed. Even Burns was pissed.
Oh, yeah, because I saw the video of him in the locker room. He's walking out with Russ. He was like, I don't believe this motherfucking shit. Drop fucking 8. Drop fucking 8. That shit ain't working. Well, Burns should be even unhappy because he's the one that caused the penalty that got the Broncos a little bit more.
Yeah. Have you followed Burns' career, too? He's a great player.
Yeah.
He's a stud player. But he's been with losing organizations for a while. He's been with Carolina and now with the Smurfs.
Yeah.
And, it's been crazy that a player like him, doesn't know what it means to be a winner.
Yeah, that's the thing. He literally went from 2 outhouses.
Yeah.
It's not like, okay, with Saquon Barkley and he was there, he went from outhouse to the penthouse.
Yeah. Pretty well. Yeah, money wise, sure.
Well, yeah, I'm saying, I'm not, yeah, like I said, yeah, Philadelphia. I'm not saying, yeah, the New York Giants was like some low hotel. Now he goes to Philadelphia. He's in a 5-star hotel.
Yeah, that'll be nice. I would love to have Burns on the Eagles.
I don't know what his deal is, how long his deal with the Smurfs is. I'm going to check right now since we're bringing it up. Brian Burns'
I think he
deal.
signed a 4-year deal when he got traded.
Okay.
That was a buddy trade.
Oh yeah.
Because a guy from Burns, you trade him for like I think it was a 2nd-round pick or a 3rd-round pick.
I'm
like
checking now. Okay, Brian Burns' deal was a 5-year deal in 2024 last year.
Yeah, so he's there to 2029.
Yeah, that's barring if he doesn't decide to either A, and say, you know what, I'm getting tired of this shit, trade me. Because it could come to that point if he wants to force himself out.
It could, but they don't have to.
Yeah.
Look what they did to Barkley. He asked for a trade, and they said, no, we're not trading him.
Yeah, I know that. That's what happened with Saquon, but we don't know.
The funny thing is, the owner goes, oh, Barkley, you're what the Giants are all about. What you do in the community, what you do for your team, your teammates. You're a Giant for life. I don't want you to go anywhere. I want you to be a Giant. And Barkley's like, well, I want to be a Giant too, but it seems like you guys don't want to pay me.
Yeah.
I got to do what I got to do.
Yeah, I don't blame what he did. Yeah, everybody's got to do what they have to do. It's not like, okay, hey, he was threatening to hold out. I remember I said that last year, not last year. I think it was a time when we started this podcast season 1 when they gave Daniel Jones that money, and I got really mad. I said, if I was Saquon Barkley, I would hold out. If I were him, I would have held out. But I know he's not going to. Oh, he held out for a while, but then he took a 1-year deal.
Yeah, because they gave him a little bit of money when Aaron Jones, I believe, signed for a 1-year, $12 million deal with the Vikings.
Yeah.
Barkley was saying that I would give me 11. I just want to be secured, and I want to. He wanted a deal for his family to be safe. That was his main concern. He didn't want to up and move and all this, but the Giants kept bullshitting him, and then his daughter, thank God, she's a smart girl.
Yeah.
His daughter was like, "Well, Daddy, I could tell you who I want you to play for, but you won't like it."
Mm-hmm.
He goes, "Who?" And she goes, "I want you to play for my team, the Eagles." Mm-hmm. And then Barkley's like, "Oh, you want me on the Eagles?" He's like, "Yeah, they're winners."
Yeah.
And so that's how it started to get the ball rolling. And then when he was a free agent, everyone knew Howie doesn't sign running backs like that.
Yeah.
And then, boom, he got a 3-year deal, and then
1 Super Bowl ring later. Yeah.
Yeah, that was his best year. I know he's having a shitty year there.
Yeah, I know right now he's having a down year. I'm not going to say he's having a down year. I just said when I talked with Wolf earlier on Wednesday night, I said I'm not saying that he's on a decline. It's just his yard per carry is just going down because defenses know how to stop him.
Well, yeah, that and the offensive line's been banged up pretty bad this year. They're switching. I mean, the depth of their offensive line ain't what it used to be.
No.
And Mailata, great guy, great offensive lineman, but he hasn't been playing good this year.
No.
Lane Johnson's been in and out of the lineup. I mean, you got Toth. I don't know why they brought him in. I mean, you cut him like 5 times. You got another guy you signed on the depth chart that you brought back, and you cut like why are you bringing these dudes back?
Yeah, I don't know why they're bringing these people back, because I said, look, it's not like, hey, the Eagles are a good team. They got off the snide, which was needed against Minnesota. And speaking of the Vikings, I'm going to ask you 2 questions. In that game against the Eagles, did you think T.J. Hockenson had a catch? Because I thought he did have secured that ball.
No. And here's why. I'm not saying no because I'm an Eagles fan.
No, I understand it. Yeah, I'm not going there. I just want to hear your opinion.
Because if you look at it, when he reached for the ball and he did catch it, yes, but when he came crashing down, the ground had the ball jumped, and he didn't have full control under it, so the ground was causing him to have the possession more.
Okay, I didn't know. Like I said, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
go ahead.
And he's like, I know. He was crying, saying, "Oh, well, these people need to know what a catch is in New York." And it's like, well, if you caught the ball regularly, if your guy gets throwing like 4 feet from you, and you had to jump like you had to, you could have had an easy touchdown.
Yeah, it's not like where it was Dez caught it, didn't catch it. I said to me, I thought it was going to be the Bert Emanuel rule was going to have to kick in. And I'll explain it again to my listeners out there who doesn't know what that means. What that is Rams, Buccaneers, 1999 NFC Championship. The Bucs were trying to win the game. Bert Emanuel thought he had a catch. It hit the ground. And then after that, the next year they had to develop, which was the Bert Emanuel, which meaning is you can catch the ball and it can hit the ground, but you still have to maintain possession. What I thought was Hockenson had it, and I'm not being a hater here, even though, I did pick the Vikings. What I thought was Bert Emanuel rule was going to kick in, which was, yes, he did have the ball. Yes, it did hit the ground. He still is maintaining possession, and I see he lets go just to brace his fall. But how New York sees it, which was, okay, like you're saying, was the ground caused that possession. He did not have it literally possessed himself.
Well, that's the only thing. You could go back to when your team and the Packers played in the Dez Bryant catch.
Yeah. I still think Dez caught that. That's my opinion, but I'm not going into that because this is not that form on that.
But it's weird how they're telling people, yes, this is the catch. No, this is the catch. They said, oh, well, the ground, if the tip of the football is there and your hands are underneath the football, then it's a catch.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, but if the football is moving and jumping, but you still have possession, it's not a catch.
Yeah.
So they don't even know what the hell a catch is.
They don't know what a catch is. That's the thing. Like I said, I'm not playing the hater card. I'm mad that Minnesota lost me that game, didn't get me that money. Like I said, I did pick Minnesota in an upset, but it wasn't me being a hater on Philadelphia. It was more of after what I saw out of Philadelphia the last 2 weeks, that's what did it. And after all that, and what I saw out of with Carson Wentz, how the Eagles sacked him to the high hell, and then how he got sacked Thursday night against the Chargers. It's like, I know he's banged up and he's hurt, but it's going to come to the point where Khan's going to have to think is, hey, do I put JJ back in there now?
Oh, you're going to. I mean, Carts is a turnover machine. I mean, he's not what he used to be.
No.
And he's hurting with that shoulder. I know they got the bye, but I mean, it's like everyone's asking, like, what's going on here? Why are because this is the longest, biggest high ankle sprain in NFL history with AJ McCarthy. It's like, well, if you don't want him to start, they keep saying that, oh, well, we want him back 100% when we're healthy, but he didn't even look good when he started.
No, he didn't look good week one, because week one he was all over the place until like after he got picked 6. That's when he started to get himself together in that one game, and then Atlanta beat him. Yeah, against the Bears, and then after that Atlanta just beat him, and that's when he suffered the high ankle sprain.
Yeah, then they had him as an emergency backup, but he looked fine when Carson was running and he got tackled out of bounds near his feet. He jumped up and he looked fine to me.
Yeah, he looked fine to me, dressed. It wasn't like he was in some street clothes like me and you are in right now.
Yeah. It's like, so why don't you use him as the backup quarterback? Why don't you put him as the third string emergency quarterback? But my thing is, I think Kevin O'Connor thinks Wentz is a better choice because he's a veteran and he's probably better at running his offense right now. With Wentz hurt, and you saw that offensive line they spent all that money for on the offseason, and that's banged up. Yeah. They're in trouble right now because their defense ain't what it was like 4 weeks ago. They were the number 1 ranked defense in the passing, or number 2 ranked, and now they're dropping to like their mid of the pack in their thing because Hurts threw up over 300 yards.
Oh yeah, Hurts really torched that entire Vikings secondary, going to AJ twice and then going to Devontae.
And then Justin Herbert just torched them Thursday night.
Yeah,
as well with 3 touchdowns, and so They're not playing as tough as they used to be.
No, and right now
they got no run game because Mason and
Aaron Jones.
I know Jones. Yeah, he just came back, and it's like, well, he's coming back, and you're giving him the starting job. What Mason was doing actually good for you,
Yeah.
And then you only get you give Jones I think it was 6 carries for 17 yards.
I think that's what he had in that game.
Yeah, and then Mason had 4 catches. I mean, four carries for -2 yards, and their leading running back was Zay Scott.
Because I know it's not going to go good for them right now. They're below 500 for the moment. Yeah, even though the bye came at a good time, once you come back from your bye, you got to go into Detroit, and that's not an easy feat right now.
No, it's not.
And how Detroit's been playing right now. Yeah, Detroit's been looking very, very good, even though, they did suffer an ugly loss against the Chiefs, but they dominated against Tampa Bay.
Yeah, they did. I mean, Gibbs, he had a hell of a game.
Oh, yeah. Gibbs literally had a hell of a game. He had a 78-yard run, and it was just more of Montgomery was in there, but it was just more of, you know what, we're just going to keep going with Gibbs. He was the hot hand throughout this whole thing.
Yeah, Gibbs was going off like a beast. Like, he was running the ball. I think he had 136 yards.
Yeah, he did. He had 136.
Yeah, and it sucks about Mike Evans, what happened to him.
Yeah, and unfortunately, like I said, I'll say to people, we don't wish an injury upon anybody, regardless of the team, but I hate when a player gets injured, whoever it is. When Mike Evans went down, I thought he had a concussion pretty bad. I said, look, then when he got up, I said, I'm glad he got up because the way how he looked, I don't think Mike Evans knows where he is right now.
Yeah, and the sad thing is, he just came back from the IR. That was his first game back.
Yeah.
And then gets injured, and then on top of that, he also broke his clavicle.
Yeah.
Plus the concussion.
Yeah.
And now, not only that, so he's got double whammies. He just came back off IR. Now he's going back on IR. The season might be over. And then his record that he kept going for of having 1,000 yards in 11 seasons is pretty much over.
Yeah, because even if he does come back, there's no way he'll be able to get that. Because I still think Tampa's making the playoffs. The best you'll get Mike Evans back for is probably going to be during the wild card, whomever Tampa has to play in the wild card.
Yeah. Their division is kind of still weak, so they have a chance that they might – because they'll win the division still, maybe. Because their only competition is really Atlanta.
Yeah, that's about it, is the Falcons. And speaking of them going.
And so, they would get the number 4 seed since they would be the lower ones out of the bunch.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Their receiving core is good. Johnson right now came out of nowhere.
Yeah, they have something in Tez Johnson. Yeah, he did good. It's just more of when they play the Saints this Sunday, it's going to be more of, okay, you're going to have to rely on Emeka more. He's going to have to – he's been stepping up, but he's going to have to step up a lot more here. You're going to have to rely on Godwin, Tez Johnson. Then you're going to have a little bit of Sterling Shepard in there too.
I don't think Godwin's playing.
Oh, he's not? Let me check.
Yeah, he's still out with his fibula issue. So I think it's just the rookie, Akaku, or Akko, and then you got Johnson.
Yeah, so Chris Godwin is out, like you just said, so you are correct on that. So
Bucky Irvin is out.
Yep.
But you got Rashid White, so you really don't hurt in the running game, but
no,
Rashid White didn't do much against the Lions.
No, he didn't. And the Lions, because the Lions have a good defense. That was the whole thing. And that's why I said this wasn't going to be – I thought it was going to be, the Bucs would try to make it close because they've been winning close in some of these games. It's going to be like a cardiac Bucs game. But I was like, in this one, I said, hey, they stopped Baker. They literally got on. To hold them to 9 points, that was impressive, to hold them to 9 points.
That was impressive. The way Tampa Bay was playing with that offense, and Baker was having a monster year so far, all the way up till he faced the Lions.
Yeah.
And you thought that, once Mike Evans went down, the whole team went down.
Yeah, that's when the whole morale went down for the team.
and what's his name? Agabo?
So let me see, because I've had a tough time saying his name. I think it's.
I'm calling him Mr. Egg.
Okay, so it's Emeka Egbuba. So close enough.
Right, so I was way off.
Yeah, that's okay. Well, remember season 1, I kept fucking up Puka Nakua's name all the time. I kept saying Akuta Matata all the time. Remember that?
Yeah. Well, everyone messes up with Puka Nakua. It's like, that's another thing. He's a great receiver when he's healthy.
Yeah.
But when he's hurt, man, he gets hurt a lot.
Yeah, he does. And I'll say one thing is, and I was thank God I overslept that day for the Rams Jaguars game. The moment I wake up, I was going to pick Jacksonville, and I look at that, I was like, oh, I am not touching this. I am not touching this.
Yeah, my dumb ass touched it. I felt
bad. You didn't oversleep like I did, because I overslept because I had a couple beers watching Wrestle Dream. And then when I wake up, I was like, oh, my Lord. And I said, look, I know right now the Jags are on a bye, and I'm going to make these 2 cracks on Tony Khan. And I don't know if you listened to my previous show with Wolf, and I'm going to say these again. Tony Khan, when me, Wolf, Ricky Storm, and I'm going to put Steve, I don't know, George Palmerino listed as, I'll put him in the mix too, and Bobby Harris, I'll put them in here. If Mercedes Moné walks with that title, we are going to riot, and I have already made the threat. I will hop the fucking barricade.
Well,
with that.
Guess what?
Yes.
You guys better riot, because she's winning it.
I hope to God not.
She is. She's getting paid all this money, and she's going to have like 12 titles.
Well, I hope she don't get the tag belt. That's why I said the tag tournament, I'm hoping is either going to be, out of the ones I don't mind, would be Tony and Mina, Anna and Ty, Harley and Willow, Jamie and Queen, and I'll put the Sisters of Sin in the mix too. I'll add them in the mix, but I just know on that left side of the bracket is going to be a lot of chicanery involved, because I can say the first one, I know, Rick, if you're listening to this, I'm sorry, bro. I don't think Jamie and Queen are going to make it past the first round. I think Thecla's going to get involved, and that's going to be chicanery. That's going to lead to the Sisters of Sin going to the second round in the tournament. The Harley one between Harley Willow versus Athena and Mercedes. I could see Chris screw over Mercedes, and that puts Athena getting pinned. That goes to Sisters of Sin versus Harley and Willow. The other side, on the right side of the bracket, I don't see any chicanery going there. I could see Tony and Mina getting a win. I could see Ty getting a win. Then when we get to the second round on the left side again, more chicanery again. You could have it 2 ways, which is Thecla gets involved, Chris chases off Thecla, and then that would be Willow gets pinned. We set up the seeds for, I'm just spitballing here, for Chris and Willow with the belt. We plant the seeds for that eventually. You would have the Sisters of Sin in the finals. Then you go to the other side, which could go either way between Tony and Mina and Ty. Tony Khan's been doing a lot of surprises, and if he actually pulls this surprise off, which would be if Ty get the win pending, if Mina gets pinned, that's not going to mean anything because Mina's gotten pinned a lot. If Tony gets pinned, I will be shocked. That's barring who she wants to put over, either Anna or Ty. So we'll say that for the time being. And then you have your final matchup would be Ty versus Sisters of Sin at Full Gear, which I'm assuming the end of the tournament will be at Full Gear. That would be chicanery in there where Thecla gets involved. Jamie chases her off, and then I would say maybe a quick roll-up by either Anna or Ty. How that would be, because I'll say this: Tony Khan has allowed a lot of surprises this year, which we have not expected.
Right.
That's just me spitballing here.
I think the final it'll be Mercedes and
Athena
versus Tony and
Mina.
What's her name?
Tony and Mina Shakira.
Yeah, that's your final.
That's if they want her to do double duty, because then after that she'll use the excuse. Let's say if she does lose to Chris, she'll use the excuse and say, "Hey, I had double duty. Chris didn't."
Yeah,
that would be the whole excuse in that right there. That's why I said I don't know. That's why I said that left side of that bracket, there's going to be a lot of chicanery. The right side has no chicanery whatsoever.
Yeah, I haven't seen the bracket, so I know they posted up real fast, but I thought that it was 8 teams in it.
I thought I didn't know who the teams were going to be in because when they did the Dynamite matchup, okay, the first 4 teams that were in it get to pick their first round matchup, which was Willow and Harley, and Jamie and Queen, Sisters of Sin, and then Team Megabag. I said probably if Sisters of Sin would have won, I think they probably would have took Ty J because they thought they would have an easy matchup.
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking. Since they would have took them, I think Megabad, their choice would have been either Ty J or Willow and Harley because Megan could say, hey, I can get rid of this other pain in my ass out the way, which is Willow. Willow and Harley, I would have said Team Megabad because to get rid of Megan, to get her out the way.
Oh, I can't stand their entrance, by the way.
Who?
Willow Nightingale.
You talking about the conglomeration thing?
You mean the Friends?
Oh,
entrance?
Oh God, I didn't watch Friends when I was back then. I never did, and my mom hated Friends too. And I'll give you the story why. Friends was on Oprah like a while back, like when it was like beginning, and then there's this one comment when Oprah asked them why were there any black friends. They didn't say anything.
Oh, damn, really?
Yeah, that Oprah interview is still there. It's still on YouTube. And my mom remembers it, too, because my mom was a diehard Oprah fan.
But is it their fault, or is it the casting crew?
I don't know. Maybe that was the production crew. And like I'm saying, look, and I'm going to say this right now. First off, I'm not saying that Jennifer Aniston, Courtney Cox, Lisa Kudrow, and that whole cast is racist, which I don't think they are.
No, they're not.
No, I think that probably could have just been whoever the head of NBC was at the time.
Yeah, they're just doing their jobs. They have to roll. I mean, they're not in charge of who's the casting, who becomes in the cast.
Yeah, like I said, that's with the cast because I know was a while back. If you ever seen, it was like a Lifetime documentary. You ever see the unauthorized story of Saved by the Bell? This was told by Dustin Powers' point of view.
Oh, yeah, his was stupid. All his accusations and all that about the cast members and how they were all like sleeping with each other. This one, like 1 week would be with Jesse, and Lisa would be with Zach, and then Zach would be with Kelly, and then Kelly would be with Slater. It's like, damn, that was like a good hangout spot with them.
Yeah, that was, being with all them. I just know is in his view, he thought was in his little view, he thought, he was going to get a lot of credit when he kissed Tori Spelling. And I said in my head, well, like, how much was Tori Spelling getting paid to kiss him?
A lot.
There had to have been a lot of money involved. And I think in his little pea brain, and God rest his soul, and I'm not taking shots at Dustin Diamond, I think and he thought was, that's going to get me credit. That's going to get me other women. No, it didn't.
No, he was the dork of the group.
Yeah.
And he looked like a dork.
Yeah, he did. And I said, okay, yeah, I understand that Tori Spelling had to play a dork. Because I think she was still doing 90210 at that time.
I don't think she was.
Was 90? Maybe 90210 was just starting at that time, maybe. Let me check. I'm trying to check. Because I got to figure out what year that was when she guest starred on Saved by the Bell.
She was young.
Because that's what I'm trying to figure out. When did she guest star? Okay.
I think it was 96 she guest starred in it.
Let's see. I'm trying to figure out what year that was she guest starred that episode. Because I'm my curiosity just got piqued. Okay, so that was 1990.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
okay.
So 90210 started. I'm trying to figure out when the original 90210 started.
94. 93, 94.
That began in 1990 also. So they were just beginning at that point.
Oh, okay.
So this was the beginning of 90210.
90210.
Yes. because I was curious. I wanted to see, and I think he was probably still a kid at that point. She was still growing. 90210 wasn't the hit how it was until later on, how it was. So yeah, that's what that was. So that was the whole reason why I don't like. I never said I didn't like Friends, and everybody thought I said, look, I never watched Friends. It's just nothing against that cast and crew. I didn't watch Friends until like later on. They got some funny jokes and everything, making fun of New York. That's about it. I said my favorite character on there was Chandler and Joey. God rest his soul.
Yeah, I think there was only one black person on that show.
I can't remember. That's the thing. I can't remember.
No, I think what's his name, the geeky one of the group, because I didn't watch Friends like that
either. No, neither did I. I didn't watch Friends like later on, like in repeats.
It was the dork that was with Jennifer Aniston. That guy,
David Swimmer.
Yeah, he did. I thought he like got with a black girl.
Yeah, he did. He got with a black girl. That was like later on.
Right.
That was later on. That was after that. That's when Jennifer Aniston.
The only one that I remember, unless there was guest stars that appeared, but I can't remember anyone. But yeah, I can see that why she would bring it up and have a point. But yeah, I mean, I like I said, they're the ones that are not.
Yeah, like I said, that was the head of NBC, and I remember unauthorized the story of Saved by the Bell. They really depicted the head of NBC like NBC was really, really racist. It was like, okay, when they started out for Slater, they wanted an Italian guy, not a Mexican or a Latino, which Mario Lopez is. They didn't want him. For Lisa Turtle, they wanted a Jewish American princess. They did not want an African American in Lisa Turtle and Lark Voorhees.
Right.
That I just remembered that from Unauthorized Saved by the Bell, and I'm going like, yeah, NBC was a little bit at the time like the head was very, very racist, and I understand it was different time, different strokes, and I know this was the time hell they were going to pass up on Seinfeld. They didn't even want to have Seinfeld because it was too New York.
Yeah, well, a lot of sitcoms that are based on New York go way too New York about. Like, they actually want you to show, like, yeah, we're in New York. It's like, no, you're in Hollywood, just in a studio that looks like New York.
Yeah, that's about it. I just remembered that since we were bringing that up, that whole conglomeration thing. I was like I said, I know Roddy don't want to be a part of it because every time you look at Roddy's face, I don't want to be a part of this.
Exactly.
He doesn't. And I would be like Roddy, too. I don't want to be part of this either. I said, look, nothing against Orange Cassidy. I like Orange Cassidy. I'm a big OC fan. Nothing against Jay Briscoe. I like him. Nothing against Kyle. Nothing against Willow. And Harley, I know, is not into conglomerate. She's just teams. But like I said, I really don't like that whole intro and the whole thing like you just said. Like I said, to me is I just know that with that left side of the bracket, there's going to be a lot of chicanery on that left side of the back on that bracket. Now, if Tony Khan happens to listen to this and he pulls a what if again, I'm hoping, because I know what I'm hoping is you got to have at least the one underdog team that you don't expect is going to have to pull it off in the tournament. You have literally two underdog teams that cannot pull it off. And I'll say that's Ty J and Willow and Harley are your two underdog teams.
Yeah, if they could pull it off, they could pull the upset alert.
Yeah, those are the two.
I don't think they will though. But
yeah, I said that's just me and you. That's just between us. We're just spitballing here. Like I said, that for me, I'm hoping that it's either Ty J or, like I said, I think Ty J can get past the first round. It's just going to come to the point of Tony and Mina. Okay, Anna has not have a good track record against Tony because Tony has beaten her twice. Ty does not have a good record against Tony because she just lost to her once. Anna's lost to Mina Shirakawa twice that I know of, and Ty and Mina have not fought yet. But that is just if that occurs in that bracket, but we don't know yet until come this Wednesday when they start the tournament.
Should be interesting.
Yeah, it should. Like I said, I'm still holding to my word of what I said, which was what I said what Wolf was, and I'm going to repeat it one more time. If Mercedes Moné walks with that belt and beats Chris. Oh, I think me, Wolf, Rick, George, Bobby, and maybe even Steve, we're going to riot. Not
Well,
literally.
you guys said it right.
Yeah, but I'm not saying I'm going to get my ass arrested. I know what happened last time with Mercedes Moné. Rick said something, and I'm not going to repeat it on the show, and that's his story, and that's his
Why
story
not?
to tell. Oh, he literally called Mercedes Moné the C word. And I don't want to say it to any woman out there. If they're listening to, if there's any women listening to this, I'm not saying that they are that, but that's what he called Mercedes Moné very loudly, and security almost threatened to kick him out.
What, he called her cabbage?
No. He said the C word.
Yeah. C word.
Yeah, not that one.
Carrots.
Yeah.
Oh, he called her carrots.
Well, yeah, I can't say it on it. I don't like get women upset with me here. That's what I'm trying to avoid here.
Women like carrots anyway. Why would they get upset?
That's what I'm trying to avoid. I don't want to lose a female audience here. It's the word you hear enough, and it's the Sopranos that Tony Soprano called his shrink one time.
There's women giving us a thumbs up, like, yeah, who does we like carrots?
Yeah, but
you know,
I know he was, and like I said, I know that Rick is not proud of that moment. That's why I said that's his story to tell, and he wasn't proud of it. I understood. Hey, she is that in my opinion, but I understand. He said it so loud that security heard him.
Rick's proud of it.
But just like I said, it was a night, and he could tell that story. That's his story to tell of what happened to him that night.
He wears that, and he's proud of it, like Kurt Angle won a gold medal with a broken freaking neck. He's proud of it.
No, that's his story to tell, though. But like I said, I'm not going to put his story out there. That's his story to tell, and he knows what happened to him that night, and I'm not going to sell his story. That's his story to tell. But,
right.
Yeah, moving on here. Okay, what'd you say?
What game are we talking about?
Okay, yeah, we were talking about, I think it was Jacksonville at the time, and I said how Atlanta and Jacksonville are almost two in the same, and we were talking about that game. I'm trying to think of anything other news I can think of before we get into our picks, which is the Jets. Good.
Well, the trade deadline's a week away now. The trade deadline.
Yeah.
There's already been rumors that Jacksonville's looking to trade Brian Thomas Jr. They're taking inquiries about him that they're looking for like a second round pick for him.
Okay. That wouldn't be a bad trade for someone to get him. I think Tony Pollard is going to have his last game in Tennessee before he probably goes to KC. Yeah. I know he's going to be going.
He would definitely. I think he'll be gone. I think Tennessee said Calvin Ridley, him as well. I think everyone on Tennessee's roster is available except for Cam Ward and Simmons for defensive tackle.
Yeah, that's about it because I know Ridley's out. He's going to be going. I know that. I know. That's why I said I think Tony Pollard's probably going to be with the Chiefs. I think one more who probably might be going is Jacoby Myers because he's demanding a trade.
Yeah,
I think he's going to. He might go to Buffalo. That's what they say. He might go to the Bills.
He would look good there.
Yeah, he would. I think he probably will go to Buffalo. I know everybody was thinking, the Cowboys were going to get Max Crosby. I said, look, we were linked to him. I know Jerry's not going to pull the trigger. Cowboys do need defensive help, but I don't see him pulling that trigger.
Crosby doesn't want to go nowhere. No. He got that money.
Yeah, I don't think Crosby's going anywhere. And speaking of which, before we get into our picks, the Raiders did piss me off, which was the one time Patrick Mahomes has to pick to cover out of all the times. He had to pick. The one time he picks and covers a spread.
Mahomes?
Yeah, against the Raiders, because the Raiders had like the largest, I think the Chiefs were like 12 or 21 point favorite.
I think they were 14.
Okay, it was 14. It was something like that. I know it was a big number. And
I told you take the Chiefs. The Raiders suck. They had nothing.
You were right. You were right thinking they'd cover. I didn't think they would because I know at times the Chiefs played down to an opponent's level last year.
No, because if you look at it, they had no Brock Bowers. They had no Jacoby Myers. They got no quarterback. Geno Smith is garbage.
Oh, yeah, Geno Smith sucks. He really sucks ass.
I don't know what the Raiders saw in him that thinks that they will be doing good.
But
They went with them.
Oh yeah, and that's their decision. They've got to make and they got to keep. I just said to me, I was just mad as hell because everybody dogged me for that. I said, look, I said the Chiefs would win that game. I didn't go on here and say stupidly and said, oh, I think the Raiders are going to pull an upset over the Chiefs. No, I said was Chiefs would win straight up. I just know how last year was when it came to very, very bad teams. They usually would play down to their opponent's level. And there's times they don't cover these large number spreads. And in this instance okay, Rashid Rice came back, and I was like, of course, this is the one time where he picks a cover.
Yeah, man, I think they'll cover tomorrow too.
Well, yeah, they should cover Monday against Washington because there's no Marcus Mariota. It's Marcus Mariota. Yeah, that one I do see him covering. That's why I said when I said what Wolf was, I'm not getting fooled again by him.
Nah,
I'm not playing this game again because I said, look, we know Marcus Mariota is not that good. And if I had to make a pick between Marcus Mariota and Geno Smith, both are really not that good. If I had to make a pick who I really would want in an emergency, it would have to be Marcus Mariota.
I'm taking the hot dog vendor guy. I'm not Geno Smith. I've seen enough of that.
Yeah, I've seen enough of Geno. Yeah, I've seen enough of him.
At least Marcus Mariota does something.
Yeah, that's what I said. At least Marcus Mariota has done something. That's the thing. But
and he's a scrambling quarterback. Yeah, he just. I don't know. He needs to get his eyes checked or what. He's like, oh, that guy looks like, oh, he's not on my team, but I'll throw him the ball still.
Yeah, that's the thing with that. But just one more thing before we start making our picks. The Jets, with the owner coming out saying, oh, we're not doing good, is due to bad quarterback play. Do you agree with his statement?
Yes, big time. That's how Garrett Wilson got hurt, was a bullshit ass that couldn't throw to him. And Wilson had to spin around and reach and twisted his knee.
Yeah.
It's also the offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
It's the coaching.
Yep.
But Wilson, instead of him sitting in the pocket and trying to read his reads, he wants to run first. That's all he has on his mind. I'm running first. That's it.
Yeah.
Instead of passing first. And that's what costs him because he'd rather run than pass. It's like, all right, well, why don't you just move your position from quarterback to running back?
Yeah,
you got the speed. You can do it. Put on more weight, and you can be a running back. And I'm sure teams will love to have you as a running back.
Yeah, like I said, I never was a big Justin Fields fan because I've always used to say he was a knockoff Michael Vick. That's what I always call him, a knockoff Michael Vick.
That is true.
That's what I always used to say about Fields was, he's just another knockoff Michael Vick. I said, I like Michael Vick. Yeah, he was a good runner and a good scrambler, but the one thing that Vick could never do, he just never had a good arm. That was it. Yeah, of course, he did get the playoffs. Yeah, he did get to a championship, but just to me, he was just more flash of a runner.
Yeah, because he rather run first than pass.
Yeah.
And he doesn't read the field like that, and that's why the Steelers benched him last year.
Yeah, and that's when they went with Russ, and look how that turned out.
But at least Michael Vick, he can beat you with his legs, but he can also beat you with his arms.
Yeah.
Fields doesn't have that.
No, he doesn't.
Week one, he showed that he was fucking awesome, throwing 4 touchdowns against the Steelers.
Yeah, he looked good week one until he throw a late interception to Jalen Ramsey. That's what sealed the deal.
Yeah, week one's always shady, because teams are still trying to get into the rhythm and everything. And the starters don't play, so that's probably why he looked good. And everyone's like, oh, we have Fields looks great. And then after week one, he just went back to the normal Justin Fields. Yeah, it's also his offensive line, too, that is garbage.
Yeah, it is. And I said, when me and Wolf said, they really need to blow it up. And if I were Breece Hall, I would demand a trade. I know Garrett Wilson's out again. And I say right now, his trade value is going up with him being injured.
Well, yeah, he's right now, he's Breece Hall, they're on a fire sale right now. Yeah. Everyone is available except for Gardner and Wilson.
Yeah.
Pretty much everyone else is up for grabs
Yeah.
because
Yeah, everybody out there is expendable right now at this moment.
yeah, that defensive edge rusher Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
I love the Eagles to get him, and that could help us out. But I don't think they will. But he would look pretty damn good.
No, I said the only thing the Eagles need before we make our picks, I think it's more in the defensive area, is the secondary is where they need the help at. That's just about it.
I would go out and get a corner, a good corner,
Mm-hmm.
not just a depth guy that you're like, oh well, get a serious corner. Go with Quinyon Mitchell.
Yeah.
Get another edge, because even though we signed Brandon Graham,
Yeah.
you can never have enough edges, especially if you're a Super Bowl contender team.
Mm-hmm.
And the Jaguars owe the Eagles for taking Bigsby off their damn hands. They owe us one.
Well, yeah, they do owe you one. They do. Yeah, they do.
Yeah, go trade for Brian Thomas. Give him a second-round pick or the Jets' third-round pick we got. And give him that one, since we'll have the first pick in the third round for him. He's young. He's 23. He's a stud. You imagine having Brian Thomas, A.J. Brown, and Devontae Smith, plus you still have Dotson.
Ooh.
I know the Eagles don't line up at 4, but that's another thing. The Eagles, you bring in A.J. Dillon.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, you're giving them the Rashard Penny treatment right now.
Yeah.
You should Grand Kamara, Grant the second tight end we have. I don't like him. Why don't you move A.J. Dillon to be your tight end? He can block, but he also can catch the ball.
Yeah.
Or, have Barkley as set up as a tight end, because everyone would be like, what the hell? Barkley's a tight end? Like, what's going on here? Have A.J. in the background.
Yeah, that would work, yeah. All right.
But it just stuff like that just pisses me off.
I can sense the frustration in your voice. I sense it. It's just that stuff right there. So before we make our picks, who should be looking out in fantasy lookout? People should put on their fantasy teams.
Well, don't put Lamar Jackson, since he's out this week.
Yeah, I'd advise that fantasy owners throw him out.
I'm going to go with Saquon Barkley. I think he'll probably break out of his slump tomorrow against his former team. I like Hurts and Devontae Smith. I like Swift and against the Ravens. The better Swift, by the way.
Yeah, I know we're talking about DeAndre. We're not talking about the other Swift we don't like singing.
Yeah, Miss, I got to have a whole thing blocked off so people can't see me coming out of the locker room.
Hey, the only thing she hasn't done yet is do a Mercedes Monet that time when I was in New York that time for a meet and greet, but she literally sealed herself off in a curtain.
Yeah, that is so best. I like B.J. Robinson this week against the Dolphins. I like Jamar Chase this week to have another monster game against the Jets. Even Flacco, I like Flacco to have a good game against the Jets. The New England game, I can't go there. I like Dak Prescott this week against Denver. I like C.D. Lamb against, that's going to be a good matchup. C.D. Lamb versus
Patrick Tam. Yeah.
Jonathan Taylor, go with Jonathan Taylor. Baker Mayfield against the Saints. I even like Chris Olave against Tampa Bay. And Christian McCaffrey this week and Josh Allen against Carolina.
Okay. That's some good picks right there. So speaking of Josh Allen, our first game is the Bills and the Panthers.
The Bills and the Panthers. I'm going to go with I'm going to go with the Bills here coming off the bye.
Okay.
I think they get their act together. Their first-round rookie that they drafted, the cornerback Harrison, he's I think it's Harrison.
Yeah.
But their quarterback they drafted, he's making his debut. That should help them, hopefully, on defense a little bit.
Yeah.
Carolina, Young's not playing. You got the age old one. What's all these old ass quarterbacks playing still?
I don't know because it's Andy Dalton because he came in the league.
Exactly. It's Carrot Top.
Yeah, Carrot Top's in there. And I used to like Carrot Top too. It was a good prop comic.
Yeah, against Cincinnati, he was good.
Yeah.
And he's just been a journeyman. But, I like Buffalo this week. I think James Cook, Josh Allen get back rolling. I think they'll do pretty good. The only thing that bothers me is that defense and how Carolina is going to use Rico Dowd and Chuba Hubbard to fund in this game, which I could see. I'm going with Buffalo, but don't be surprised if this is an upset right here.
I would have thought this would be an upset. Yeah, I know it's in Carolina. Carolina has been doing good at home. Now, if this was with Bryce Young, I probably could have said, you know what, maybe this is the time that Bryce gets a good signature win against a very, very good team here. But unfortunately, Bryce is out, and it's going to be Andy Dalton. Now, Andy Dalton last year did keep Carolina in some games before he got benched and it went back to Bryce. But in this instance, Buffalo needs this game very much more because here's the thing. If you go on a 3-game slide and the Patriots happen to beat the Browns, then it's going to get a lot worse. Then the Patriots are going to have 2 games. You're going to be behind them in 2 games. Right now, you are – I'm not going to say tied to them because due to the fact that the Patriots have a 1-win advantage over you right now. But I am going to take the Bills in this one. I think Josh Allen, Coleman, Shakir, Kincaid, they all get their act together. Maybe that defense could try to stop Rico Dowd because I think this could be a little bit closer than it might not have to be. So I'm going to take the Bills here until they do make moves in the deadline, which I think they are going to make some moves. But I'm going to take Buffalo here. They have the Bills as 7-point favorites. Are you taking those points?
I want to take Carolina with the 7.
Okay, so you're going to take Carolina to cover?
Yeah.
Bills is coming back from a bye here. You know what? I'm going to take the Bills with the 7 to cover because they're just coming back. And it could get down to maybe a 2-score game here. I'm going to say the Bills get the win here. Over or under 46 points?
I want to say over 46.
Yeah, I'm going to take over in that one as well, too. The next one is the game you've been waiting for, and I know every Eagle fan has been waiting for, is the revenge game against the Smurfs.
Yeah, I can't believe. Well, hey, talk about any given Thursday when I'll admit it, the Smurfs whooped our ass. They took us in the alleyway and had their way with it like we owed them something. They punched us straight in the mouth.
Yeah, they took y'all to the woodshed, unfortunately.
I think the Eagles are going to bounce back here, even though we have no A.J. Brown. I think Barkley's going to have a breakout game starting tomorrow. I think Hurts is still going to throw good, even though we don't have A.J. I think Smitty's going to get in. I think they're going to use Dotson more. They're going to use Minshew. They're going to use Goddard. They're going to have Will Shipley out of the background. I think the defense will step up. I don't think Dart will have a monster game. He'll have a good game, but he won't have a monster game. But I think the Eagles beat them by double digits.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a Denver situation because the one thing is the Eagles are not like what happened in Denver. I think the Eagles will put up points and have a lead. I just know is if it starts to get close, I think there's the possibility where the Giants will fuck it up, which I still think they will do. But I'm going to take the Eagles as well here too. I think this is the game where Saquon gets back to what he was before the bye week. This is when he has that breakout game. Now that AJ, unfortunately, is out for this game, I think this is the one where Saquon gets back to what he was. You still get the good games out of Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, and Dotson. And I can see the defense getting to Jackson Dart this time. And I think they learned watching film of what happened to them on Thursday night. I think they learned a lot more. Okay, hey, this is what we know we got to expect out of Jackson Dart. This is what we know we got to do to stop Cam Scatterboo. So I'm going to take the Eagles with this one. They have the Eagles as 7-point favorites. You taking those points?
Yeah, Eagles cover.
Yeah, I think the Eagles will cover to 7. Over or under 43 points?
I'm going to say over.
Yeah, I'm going to take an over in this one as too because Philly's looking for blood from 2 weeks ago, and literally they have not forgotten that loss. I'm going to take the over in this one. Next we have is the New York Jets and the Cincinnati Bengals.
I'm going to go with the Bengals here. I liked they're coming off a big win. They had 10 days to prepare. The Jets, they're phony. They have no Garrett Wilson, their best wide receiver.
Yep.
They have no Sauce Gardner playing. So Chase is going to have a monster game again.
Yep.
Flacco should have a big game as well.
Yep.
T. Higgins, Chase Brown. The Jets defense ain't that good like they used to be. And so the Jets got no one. Justin Fields was starting, so you know he thought third to the Bengals.
Yeah, because I just heard that it's not going to be Tyrod Taylor.
Well, what happens if Justin Fields just said, you know what, screw you, owner, since the owner said it would be nice if we complete a completion.
I would not be shocked he does Avonte Davis.
Yeah, he just throws the ball out of bounds the whole time.
Yeah, or he could do what Avonte Davis did in 2018. Remember that? He retired during the game. I'm not saying Justin Fields is going to retire. I think Justin Fields could just walk out and just do what Antonio Brown did.
That could be it, but Justin Fields, his personality isn't like that.
No, I'm not saying Justin Fields has mental problems like what happened with Antonio Brown that year when he literally walked out, and that was the year I thought he was going to pull Juwanna Man. I said, look, hey, he can take the shirt off, but the one thing I hope he don't do is take those pants off and pull a Juwanna Man.
That was against the Jets, too.
Yeah, that was against the Jets. I always will remember that. It was he started – no, because what I thought was that day was Antonio Brown was like trying to hype the crowd up or something. But then when he takes his jersey off and he starts running off the field. And I was like, oh, he's done. He just signed his walking papers. And I said, I'm hoping
it's sad.
Yeah, it's sad. And that's why I said, hey, look, I don't care that he took his shirt off, but I'm glad the one thing he did do is he didn't take his pants off, and that we had to see his bare naked ass. And he does a Juwanna Man. I didn't want to see him pull a Juwanna Man. That's what I didn't want to see. And for those out there and for those out there, what I mean, go ahead. I'm sorry, Joe.
No, I was going to let you finish, but I was just saying, since we were on Antonio Brown, it's just sad that all that talent, all those numbers, everything that he accomplished means nothing now.
Yeah,
because he could have. I'll say this: Antonio Brown could have passed Jared Rice.
Oh, he could have.
That's how good he was.
I always thought Antonio Brown was good when he was with Pittsburgh with him and Ben and LB, him and Le'Veon. This is the one thing that always piqued my mind is how the hell that roster could never get a Super Bowl. You had a good coach in Tomlin. Huh?
They did get a Super Bowl, didn't they?
Without those three. They never did with those three.
Oh, without that. Yeah, well, that's why they were called the Killer Bees.
Yeah, that was the thing. Ben was good. AB was good. LB was good. It was until when LB held out for his money, and then when I thought AB was having a monster year 18 until when the Steelers lost to the Saints. That's what did it.
It's messed up that those two players, Le'Veon Bell and Antonio Brown, was amazing for Pittsburgh. And anywhere they went, it was like the Nick Foles experience.
Yeah.
Anywhere else they went, they didn't live up to what they were in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
At all. Like how Nick Foles is a legend in Philly because what he does, but when he left Philly, he was horseshit.
Yeah. When he left Philly, he wasn't good. And that's why I said the same thing with AB was, he got out of Pittsburgh. Then he pulled his mess with the Raiders. The Raiders cut him. He then goes to play for Tom Brady and the Patriots. And then after that, Robert Kraft goes, no. Tom Brady doesn't run this team. I run this team. AB is out of here. And then he goes to Tampa. He gets to switch to play with Tom Brady. Gets a ring with him. And then after getting his ring, he decides to act like an ass.
Pretty much. I mean, he did come out and say he has CTE.
Yeah, I'm not taking excuses for that. Yeah, he has CTE. I'm just hoping the man gets some help.
I hope so, but the way it's looking like he doesn't want any
No,
help.
he doesn't.
He keeps getting in trouble with the law, and he's doing stupid shit, pouring a gun out at a boxing event.
Yeah.
When people are trying to go after him, he's like shooting the gun in the air.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, you're shooting the gun in the air, but guess what? Those bullets you're shooting up got to come back down.
Yeah, and those are real bullets. And if you hit someone, that's a murder charge.
Pretty well, if they die, yeah.
Yeah, if they die, it's murder. Yeah, I'm just saying. It's worse. Yeah, I'm just saying, look, I liked him when he was with Pittsburgh. I'm just hoping to God, if he does hear this podcast or listen, Antonio, please get some help, man. Get some help.
I don't even know. The last thing I knew about Antonio Brown is he was in trouble with the law.
Yep.
That's the last thing anyone's really ever heard what's going on, that he was in trouble. And Le'Veon Bell, last thing I knew about him is he was doing celebrity boxing.
Yeah.
I think him and Adrian Peterson fought at a celebrity boxing.
I think that's the last thing he did was did was celebrity boxing. I know right now with AB, the last thing that he's been going through was an attempted murder charge, bankruptcy, and music.
Yep.
And that's about it. Like I said, before we make our next picks, and I'm saying this, and I'm being very serious here, and this is not a joke I say on AB. Get some help, my man. I would love to see at the end of the tunnel that there's a brighter end and we have a better story for you down the road.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's a great player. It's sad that it got wasted.
Yeah.
And what happened to him? Because I loved it. I mean, he was awesome.
No, like I said, I liked him when he was with Pittsburgh. I loved him there.
Yeah, he was good. I mean, he would always come to play and bring his A game and his attitude.
Yeah.
Which I don't understand what's wrong with these teams. I'm still surprised CJ UJ's still out.
I'm still shocked that nobody picked him up. I'm shocked, but that's just what it is. He's a good player. I just don't know why nobody picked him up, but that's just how the NFL is. Since we're both taking the Bengals here, they got the Bengals a 6-point favorites. Who you got?
I got the Bengals covering the 6.
I do too. I see the Bengals covering that 6-2. Over or under 44 points?
I want to say under.
You say under?
Yeah. Because I know the Jets won't score, but maybe a field goal or two.
I can see that too. I'm going to say maybe a push. I'll go towards a push.
Okay, that works.
I'll take a push in this one. I just know like I said, before we go into the next game, I feel bad for Aaron Glenn. I liked him as a player. I liked him when he was the defensive coordinator for the Lions. It's just, I think he should have known what he got into when he signed that dotted line.
I don't feel bad. I mean, he's a Jets player. It's probably a dream job is to coach a team.
I think, just to coach a team. Yeah, I know it's everybody's dream to coach a team. Yeah.
But wasn't Aaron Glenn the one that was talking up heights for Justin Fields?
No, I think he was. Yeah, I know the owner said that, hey, I like Aaron Glenn. He's a good coach. It's just bad quarterback play.
Right.
Yeah, and the person who did pick the quarterback was Aaron Glenn, unfortunately.
I mean, I know there wasn't that many choices that were good out there, but I mean,
I think, I'm trying to think. The only vacancies that were available that year were Chicago had a vacancy. I'm trying to think who else had a vacancy that year. I know the Bears had a vacancy. I think the NFC West had no vacancy. The Saints had a vacancy.
Yeah, Kellen Moore. I don't even know why he went down.
Yeah, I know they had a vacancy. I think Carolina, I did not think had a vacancy. They did not. I think they still had the same coach.
Who, Carolina?
Yeah, that year, last year.
Yeah, I think they did have a vacancy.
Okay, then Carolina had a vacancy. Okay, I'm trying to think who had a vacancy at that point last year. Who had the Raiders had a vacancy.
Yeah, just think of the worst teams that there is.
I know. No, the Colts didn't have a vacancy because Shane Steichen. I said that Shane Steichen would be on the hot seat this year, but right now, how the Colts have been playing. Oh, Shane Steichen really off of my hot seat right now. He got off of it. How they've been playing. Right. He's been off of my hot seat. So I can roll him out right now. He's off the hot seat. I think that was the Patriots had a job. The Patriots also had a vacancy too. Because they fired the coach the first year.
I think they were pretty much going after Vrabel. They didn't want anyone else.
Yeah, I think pretty much they were trying to get Vrabel. Yeah, but I just said, look, I feel for the brother.
Turned that team around. He's turned the Patriots around.
Yeah. And that wasn't a shocker there. I just said, hey, maybe I knew Vrabel's a good coach. I think out of what he's dealing with, okay, he had Ryan Tannehill, but that was just more of the defense and Derrick Henry when he was with Tennessee. This one is more of, I think it could be defense, and I could say maybe Ramondre Stevenson, Trayvon Hendrickson, just Drake May. I know I'm not sold on yet because that's like my friend Wolf said when we did our episode. He said he has to beat consistent good teams. It just can't be bad teams he's been beating.
Yeah, and I bet you right now the Jets are kicking themselves not drafting Dart or drafting, Sanders.
Yeah.
That could be helping them right now.
Yeah, and speaking of Sanders, next game we got is the Browns and the Patriots. Who you got?
The Browns and the Patriots. I'm going to go with the Patriots here. They've been pretty good the past few weeks here.
Yeah, they have been.
Like, again, the only thing that Cleveland issue is they really don't have an offense besides Jenkins.
Yeah, Quinshon Judkins is the only player that's good on that team.
Yeah.
And like I said, David Njoku's having a down year this year.
Very bad down year.
Yeah.
And so, I'm still not big on the quarterback, Gabriel.
No, I know the thing is, you heard they're no longer giving reps to Shedeur Sanders.
No, I mean, what's the point? It's like, release the guy then.
Yeah, what was the point of you drafting him? That's the whole thing. Unless Dylan Gabriel, like I said, knock wood, I'm not hoping the man gets injured. But that's the only other way Shedeur starts.
If they're not doing that, then I would, the Raiders could trade for him, but you have Kenny Pickett. I mean, they should start Kenny Pickett. I don't know why they're still with Geno Smith, but like the Dolphins, they could call to use them.
Yep.
The Saints, they could call to try to get them. The Jets could call, be like, hey, I know we're bad, you're bad. We'll give you our 5th round pick for Shedeur Sanders.
I would do it too. Yeah, to see what you can get in him. But I thought Shedeur would probably be starting probably around week 10 or week 8 or week 9, somewhere around this time frame. Because I said, it's going to get that bad for the Browns. But yeah, they did get a win off Miami, which we know the Dolphins are not a good team.
No, they're garbage. Did you hear what Tua said?
What?
Well, because you brought up the Dolphins. They were saying they were reporters like, why haven't you gotten the ball to Waddle? And Tua just came out and committed the ultimate thing you never say as a quarterback in the NFL, because the NFL, you're supposed to be the best of the best.
Yeah.
He goes, I'm small and I can't see over the offensive line too well, so that's why I can't throw the ball or see something.
Yeah, because we talked about that before we got on air. Yeah, you told me that.
Yeah, and it's like you do not say that.
No.
Teams are looking at you like, okay, now he just ruined it for all Smurf quarterbacks.
Yeah.
All the short people out there, they're all like, they're probably at his house with pitchforks.
Yeah, probably right now. That little stupid statement he just said. But
like, we're already short. Now you're ruining it, saying, teams are going to look at it like, this guy's too short. You can't probably look over the offensive line. Why hire him? It's like, dude, I don't know. I mean, he's been coming out. I think he wants out of it.
I think he does. I don't know. Maybe he suffered another concussion again.
The way he's been talking the past few weeks in the media, he's saying stuff you don't say to the public.
No, you don't. That's what I said. I don't know if did he suffer another concussion again and we don't know about it?
No, I just think he's tired of the bullshit.
I think it is too. And I know, he gets hurt a lot and he hasn't stayed healthy and it's been a while. Okay. And I know right now, McDaniels his ass is already going to be out the door anyway come next year.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. Tua will start tomorrow, but I'll probably get benched by the end of the first.
That would not shock me because I know Wolf, and I said Wolf was thinking hey, there's the possibility he doesn't hurt himself in this game. But if you're saying, hey, he's going to get benched, I don't know who Miami's next quarterback is. And I'm going to look at their depth chart right now. Who is the second string quarterback for the Dolphins?
Hooker.
Checking. I'm checking right now. Quinn Ewers.
Who?
Quinn Ewers.
What, he work at 7-Eleven?
I don't know who this kid is because it goes Tua, then Quinn Ewers, and then your third is Zach Wilson.
Oh, I think it's like the 6th or 7th round pick they choose this rookie.
Yeah, that is. Whoa, give me a second. Yeah, Ewers got drafted in, I don't know what round he got drafted in this year. So
probably undrafted rookie.
Yeah, I think he's an undrafted rookie because I never heard of this kid.
Yeah, they definitely should call and try to get Shedeur Sanders to Miami.
Yeah, I would start thinking about that too. So moving on into this game. So we both said we were taking the Patriots here. I'm going to go with the Patriots too. The win streak continues for Drake May. They still keep sole possession of first place with out of Ramondre Stevenson, Hendrickson, Hunter Henry, and I'm going to say Kendrick Boot. And I could see the defense getting to Dylan Gabriel. They had the Patriots 7-point favorites. Are you taking those points?
No. Cleveland will cover.
You think Cleveland covers? Okay. I'll take New England covers the 7. I think they'll cover. So I'm going to take New England with the 7. Over, under 40 points.
Under.
I'm going to go under 2 because it's not easy to put up points in Foxborough. So I'm going to take an under
now.
now.
Not only that, it's 2 strong, good defenses.
Yeah, because Cleveland does have a good defense and New England has a good defense too. So that's one reason I'm taking the under net too. And also the second reason I said was because it's not easy to put up points in New England.
No, you're correct.
Next one we got is the Dolphins and the Atlanta Falcons.
Oh, God. We're just talking about the Dolphins.
Yeah, we did.
I got Atlanta here. I like Robinson to run wild on them. Kirk Cousins is starting. I was talking to Atlanta before free agency to get everyone in trouble. Drake London did pop up on the injury report about an hour ago.
Okay.
So I guess it's going to be a game time decision, but Miami's phony.
Oh yeah, Miami's done.
Yeah,
I'll say this about Miami: very good city to go to vacation to. That's just about it. I'll say.
Yeah, and Atlanta's defense is pretty good. They're like second in the pass defense right now. They're pretty good, and I'm sure they want to get that taste out of their mouth with them losing to San Francisco.
Yeah, they do, because that was a game that I thought that they were going to build off of that game. They beat the Bills, and then after that, it goes right back to like, well, that win was for nothing. Basically, you didn't build off of it. Like, and I know the Patriots playing bad teams, but at least they did build off of it.
Yeah, so I got Atlanta bouncing, and they're at Atlanta, so I got them coming back, winning this.
Yeah. Because I just saw what you said. Drake London has a hip injury. He is questionable if he's going to play tomorrow. So I'm still going to take Atlanta with this. I could see this more being a Bijan Robinson and Tyler Algier game, and I can see Kyle Pitts having a monster game too in this one. So the Falcons got a defense. So I'm going to take Atlanta in this one. They had the Falcons a 7-point favorite. You taking those points?
Yeah, I got Atlanta cover.
Yeah, I'm going to take Atlanta covering the 7, over, under 44.
I want to say over.
I'm going to take over in this too because Atlanta does put up points at home, and they're very good at home, regardless if it would have been Penix or even Kirk Cousins in this one. So I'm going to take Atlanta in this one.
Yeah, B.J. Robinson might have a game like Gibbs did Monday night.
That would not surprise me because Miami does not have a defense. And Miami, I know it's going to be a fire sale with Miami. I know there's the possibility they might get rid of H. And I know Jalen Phillips is already – he might be gone. He might be – just to them to get cap space, he might be gone.
Him and Chubb,
yeah, because basically, like I said, I still am going to stay what I said before we move on to our next game. I think that the Dolphins are going to be sellers throughout the deadline.
Oh yeah, look at their record. They're 1-6, so of course they'll be sellers.
Yeah.
I mean, Achane will probably be gone. Waddle,
Mm-hmm.
they might keep Waddle.
I think they'll still keep Jalen Waddle until next year. I don't know what they'll do next year because is Tyreek Hill still going to be there? I don't think he will. I think Tyreek Hill is going to be either A, getting traded, or B, he might just ask for his release.
Maybe they will trade Tua.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's up there in age and everything,
Oh, yeah.
and the team could use him as a backup, I guess you could say.
Yeah,
or
because
even a team looking for an I'm going to say this. I was going to say okay starter, but after his stats, it's like just a starter.
Yeah, that's just
or
about
name
it.
value. But yeah, they could trade Tua.
Mhm.
Like we were just talking about.
Yep.
Their defensive guys will be up for grabs.
Yeah,
Especially Chubb
yeah.
and
Jalen Phillips, I said he would be gone.
Phillips. He would definitely be up there. And so, I mean, Achane, he will look good in the Chiefs uniform. I hate to say that.
Yeah, I hate to say it too, because like I said, they're going to be. I won't be shocked which one of those two goes to the Chiefs. It's either going to be him or Tony Pollard.
Exactly. I know there was heavy talks about Pollard going there.
Yeah, that's where I think more likely it's going to be who they get. I know the Chiefs are going to make moves for a back, but which one will it be? Will it be Achane or will it be Tony Pollard? We'll wait and see when we get there. Next game we got is the Bears and the Ravens.
Bears and Ravens. Chicago's been playing real good the past 3 weeks.
Yes.
Swift has been looking very good. The Ravens have looked mediocre.
Pretty much like shit ever since week 2. They've looked like shit.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, who would have thought the Dolphins and Ravens would both have the same record of 1-6?
Yeah, and I'm going to say this right now. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
And now Lamar Jackson again. He's out. So that means Derrick Henry will be getting the ball a lot, and teams will just be focused on him because the Ravens got no wide receivers that scare you. They got no tight end that's scary because they have no quarterback. And what should we call it? They were the Bears got Swift, who will have a big game.
Mm-hmm.
The second-year veteran, Ozzie.
Romeo Dunze.
Yeah, he should have a good game against the Ravens.
Mm.
And this guy that they have called DJ Moore should actually pop up.
Yeah.
He hasn't done nothing this year.
No, he hasn't. But this, I think, would be one of the times you have a breakout game. Here's that instance right here. Yeah, I'm going to – like I said, when I did this with Wolf and myself, I said the Bears, that was pending on the status of Lamar Jackson. Now that I know what Lamar Jackson's status is, I'm keeping that pick because pretty much right now, if Lamar Jackson had come back, I would have changed the pick to Baltimore. And then I could say, okay, Baltimore's scheduled down the road. Okay, if you beat Chicago, then you got Miami on Thursday night, you're looking at 3-5. Now you have the point where you're going to have to literally run the table to see if you could try to salvage something. But I'm going to say this right now. The Bears beat them. I know Thursday's game is going to be Miami and Baltimore. I'm not going to touch that game. I would not touch it. And I'll say that right now for people out there listening. If both of those teams go 1-6 and you decide to touch it, 1-800-GAMBLER.
Yeah.
Now, I'll watch it. It'll probably be on my phone. That's barring if TNA decides to put on a wrestling show because I've heard the last 2 weeks they've done recaps.
What do you mean?
They didn't put like on a wrestling show. There was no action. Like I'll give an example like Joe Hendry versus Eric Young, like something like that.
No, I know what you mean. They put on what on Collision? They did just
no. I'm not talking AEW. I'm talking TNA.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what TNA did the last 2 weeks.
Oh, well, that's boring.
Yeah, that was. I said, from what I heard, okay, I haven't missed TNA for the last 2 weeks after Bound for Glory, so I haven't missed anything. No, AEW has not been doing like recap shows and all that. No, AEW's been doing shows. I think the only other time maybe AEW might do like a recap probably would be like maybe Christmas or New Year's Eve or something like that.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I can understand that because it's the new year. I understand that, but TNA just did 2 shows. They haven't had a live wrestling show since Bound for Glory. That's the thing. They have not. That's why I said if both go 1-6, I'm not touching that game. I'll make a pick, but I am not touching to put money on it. And like I said, I'm not making. Like I said, if anybody who decides to touch it, 1-800-GAMBLER. So
exactly.
I'm going to go with the Bears here as well too. I'm keeping that pick. I see DeAndre Swift having a good game, Romeo Odunze, DJ Moore, and I can see the defense getting to Tyler Huntley. So I'm going to take the Bears in this one. They have the Bears as 1.5 underdogs. You taking the points?
Yeah, Chicago will cover.
Yeah, I think Chicago covers that 1.5. Over or under 44?
I'm going to say. I'm going to say under.
You going to say under?
Yeah.
I'm going to take over in this one because I think Chicago's going to put up a lot here in this one. Now, that was between them and Lamar shootout, yes. But in this instance, I think Chicago is going to put up a lot of points. So I'm going to take the Bears with an over in this one. Next one we got is the 49ers and the Texans.
49ers and the Texans. Texans got a good D, but their offense is in shambles.
Yeah.
San Francisco is playing pretty good. I mean, coming off a win against Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
I like Christian McCaffrey here. I know Nico Collins ain't playing. Christian Kirk ain't playing. C.J. Stroud does not throw the ball good.
No.
He hasn't been good since his rookie year. There's no run game from the Texans. So I'm going to take the Niners here with Christian McCaffrey running and catching the ball. And Mac Jones didn't have a bounce-back game. He hasn't looked good the past few weeks.
No, he didn't look good the last 2 weeks. Just Christian McCaffrey helped him throughout that game. And I know George Kittle was on a pitch count last week because it was his first game back.
Yeah.
And I think this is when he has a fully good game. And that's when me and Wolf made the joke of and saying, hey, if Bailey's there, he'll probably have a good game. Or barring he hasn't fucked her yet, which is either Hugger Bailey or Role Model Bailey, whichever one. But we'll wait and see which one occurs for it. But I think the 49ers get the victory here with McCaffrey having a good game. I will say George Kittle has a good game as well, too. I think because he'll be fully back. Still no Ricky Pearsall back yet. Juwan Jennings not just yet. Brandon Ayuk, his practice window has opened. So eventually when Brandon Ayuk does come back, it'll help them a little bit more. What'd you say?
Jennings is back.
Oh, so Jennings is back for this one. Okay. So it's still.
Yeah, he played last week.
Okay, so he did play. Okay, I take that back. All right, so it's just
much, but he played.
Yeah, okay, so he didn't do as much. Okay, so Juwan Jennings is back, so it's just more of you're just waiting on Ricky Pearsall to come back, and then when Brandon Ayuk also to come back.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm still taking the 49ers in this one. I'm not changing my pick because I could say pretty much I think Houston's season is over.
Yeah, they just don't have the offensive power. I mean, I know they're getting Joe Mixon back within a week or 2 or 3, but they just don't have their offense ain't what it's.
No, it's not what it was. It's not like how it was in CJ's rookie year, and then year 2. Yeah, CJ did hit the sophomore slump, but right now this is just like this is worse than a sophomore slump. He's now in the junior year slump right now.
Yeah.
I think the Texans season is pretty much dead right now. So I'm going to take the 49ers in this one. They have the 49ers as 2.5 underdogs. You taking those points?
Yeah, San Fran will cover.
Oh, yeah. San Fran should cover that. Over or under 42 points?
I'm going to say under.
I'm going to take an under, too. I'll say maybe it goes like 40-41 or something like that. It's just until the only way this goes over if I get a fully motivated George Kittle here. If Kittle's putting up the numbers like good numbers here in this game, then I think it will go over. But I'm just going to take an under in this one. Now we move on to our 4:00 games. We have the Bucks and the Saints.
Bucks and Saints. The Bucks and Saints. I'm gonna go with an upset here. I'm gonna go with the Saints.
Oh, please tell me why. I'm curious.
Well, it's a short week.
Okay.
Baker Mayfield didn't look good. He's banged up. Their offensive line's banged up. They got no Mike Evans, no Chris Godwin. I know Johnson stepped up a little bit here. And I know Mr. E, I mean.
I know you're talking about Emeka Ejuba.
Yeah, he's been having a hell of a rookie year, but their defense is not as good as it was.
Yeah.
Their offense is the Lions have maybe found a way how you handle the Buccaneers.
Yeah.
And I'm sure the Saints were looking at that video to copy what the Lions can do.
Yeah, I say probably could get something out of Kool-Aid, but I don't know on that.
And I think, they should start using Alvin Kamara a whole lot more since he's the only healthy back you got right now.
Yeah, at the moment, yeah.
Yeah, the other two are out. Well, I know they signed, what's his name, from Notre Dame.
Mm-hmm.
They got cut by the Eagles.
Yeah.
What's his name? He played a couple games for Denver last year. Big back from Notre Dame.
I'm trying to see. Because I'm pulling up the Saints running backs depth chart right now.
They just signed with the practice squad.
Okay.
He was with the Eagles, so he got cut because the Eagles didn't even use him. But yeah, I like Christian Olave in this game. I like.
I just found who it was.
Okay.
So it was Velus Jones Jr. That's who it was.
No, it wasn't him.
Oh, let me see. Oh, here it is. Oh, Audric Estime. I think that's what it is right there.
Yes, that's it. Yeah, that's the kid. He's a running back.
Yeah.
Yeah, he signed him because the Eagles cut him and he went to the Saints.
Yeah, now he's on their practice squad. So you're taking.
I see an upset here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm still going to take Tampa with this one here, even though, Baker's banged up. There's no Chris Godwin, no Mike Evans. I could see this more being a Rachaad White and Emeka and Tez Johnson stepping up here. And I'd say a little bit of Cade Otton stepping up here also. So I'm going to take the Bucks here with this one. They have the Saints as 4.5 underdogs. Are you taking those points?
Yeah, I'm taking the points. And also, the Bucs always have trouble with the Saints in New Orleans, too.
I remember that they always did. I know when Brady was there, Brady always used to get owned by them, but except until it was the playoffs where he got the one when it really mattered. That was back when we were in the COVID season. But yeah, I'm still going to take Tampa here. I think it's going to be close. You know what? I'm still taking Tampa for a straight up win, but I'm going to actually go with New Orleans to cover. Because everything you brought up, like I said, it's not that much, and I could see this being a cardiac Bucks game win. So I'm still going to go with Tampa winning straight up, and I'm going to take the Saints to cover. Over or under 46 points?
I'm going to say over.
Yeah, I'm going to take over as well, too. Yeah, because both of them can – I think that this could be a shootout where it really shouldn't be. But so I'm going to take an over here. So I see it going over. Next game we got is Titans-Colts. Who you got?
Titans-Colts. One team's already on the clock looking for their next draft.
Yep.
And one team is headed to the playoffs and it can win the division.
Yeah.
I got the Colts here at home. Daniel Jones is playing good. Jonathan Taylor's playing outstanding.
Oh, yes.
He's a beast. the Colts really don't have anything that excites you. Their offense sucks. Their defense sucks.
Mm-hmm.
They just fired their coach. So pretty much, yeah, this should be an easy win for the Colts.
Yeah, this really should be an easy win for the Colts because Daniel Jones has been playing out of his mind, and I think is my candidate for comeback player of the year. I would say for him, yeah, Indiana Jones is doing good right here, and I'll feed into it. I'll give him that nickname, Indiana Jones. Right now, like I said, hey, the boulder has not hit him yet. He's evaded the boulder.
Right.
He's been evading the boulder, and Jonathan Taylor's been doing very, very outstanding this year. Same with Tyler Warren, their rookie tight end they got in the draft. I'll say Pierce has had a good game. So is Joshua Downs, not just yet, but I think he can. And DeForest Buckner's been doing good too. So I'm going to take the Colts in this one. That's like you said for the Titans. You're already on the clock looking at possibly being number 2 in the draft at this moment. That's barring the Jets don't get a win anytime soon. So yeah, and pretty much it's a fire sale because Pollard is going to be going. He's probably going to be going to the Chiefs. I think Ridley probably might be going too. So I'm taking the Colts here in this one. They got the Colts as 14.5 favorites. You taking those points?
Holy shit, 14.5. You know what? Yeah. The Colts will cover.
I think the Colts are going to cover this as well, too. Over or under 47?
I'm going to say over.
I'm taking an over in this too as well. And I know Tennessee got shut out by a divisional opponent. That was with Houston a while back. I would not be shocked if the Colts shut out the Titans.
I can see that.
I'm not predicting a shutout, but I would not be shocked if that occurs.
I can see it. I can see him stopping them getting a touchdown. They'll probably get a few field goals.
Okay, yeah. I can see maybe a couple field goals here, but like I said, I know when Houston played them, Houston shut them out, and now you're playing your second divisional opponent. Like I said, and this is how Indy's been playing really, really good. I would not be shocked if Indy got a shutout, but more likely holding them to a touchdown. So I'm going to take it over in this one. Next one we got is CBS's game of the week. Cowboys, Broncos, who you got?
Cowboys, Broncos. This should actually be a good game.
Yeah.
I know I just found out that Stephon Diggs is going on injured reserve. So
Trayvon's on. Yeah, that didn't surprise me because after his little concussion, and I'm doing air quotes for those out there.
Yeah. Dallas got the number 1 offense.
Mm-hmm.
Broncos got like the number 2 or 3 ranked defense. So I want to go with Denver here at Mile High.
Okay.
As you call it, South Park. I love that matchup, CeeDee Lamb versus Patrick.
Yeah, that's going to be a good matchup. Yeah, it's just
Dak's been playing good.
Yeah.
But I think Denver coming off a come behind win against the Giants.
Yeah.
Don't want to start out slow again like they did.
No.
So I see them pulling it off here. Your team's defense isn't all that good.
No, it's not. I'm not living in denial about that. And I'm going to say the same thing I did with Wolf when I said right then and there, Dallas does not play good against Denver. It has always been like that since 1998. The last win we had was against them was 95. Since then, Denver has owned us. And then having to go into South Park to play is not very easy to play at Mile High with that altitude. And unfortunately, Dak has been putting up good numbers. Yeah, he's having like MVP numbers. Unfortunately, I think Dak may throw a pick here to Patrick Surtain. So I am going with the Denver Broncos in this one too. I can see Dobbins having a good game, Cortland Sutton and RJ Harvey, and I can see the defense getting to Dak here. So they have the Broncos as 3.5 favorites. You taking those points?
Yeah, I'm taking the 3 points.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to take them as well, too. Over or under 50?
Over 50.
Yeah, I'm going to take an over, too. So before we make our pick for this next one, I'm going to put my little promise I said with me and Wolf. What I said was, if this game gets out of hand and I know Dallas is getting their ass kicked, I'm going to do my very best Eric Cartman impression. Like, screw you guys, I'm going home. But here's this thing, and you will be the witness to this, and Wolf is the witness to this, as I said. If the Dallas Cowboys somehow pull off this upset, when I am at Full Gear, any AEW wrestling fan, I will give a free beer to out of my car because I know me and Rick are going to be tailgating, and I know Wolf's going to be there, and any other my other friends. If the Cowboys pull off the upset, Full Gear, I will give a free beer.
There you go.
I said that last week, and that promise is still in effect. If the Cowboys pull this off, which I don't think that they will, even though I saw on ESPN the expert picks, literally, it was 6-5 Dallas they picked. And I'm going like, I don't know what y'all are saying. You're going based off Dak having an arm and the offense. If you're basing it off of that, okay, fine. But I'm basing this thing off overall here is with that defense.
That's what they're probably going. That's what they're probably doing, is going with the number one offense.
I know that's what you. Yeah, you have a good offense and everything, but I just know the one thing when it comes to Dallas and Denver, we never do good against the Broncos, and then going into South Park doesn't help either. Because trust me, if the Cowboys pull, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
If Denver beats Dallas, they could actually have a full sweep on their hands with the NFC East.
Yeah, pretty much because they've beaten. No, they didn't play Washington yet.
I know. I mean, if they beat Washington,
yeah. I was about to say, I know Denver did not play Washington. I know they played Philly and New York.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they already beat the Eagles, which I think the Eagles beat themselves.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one because Philly did kind of beat themselves in that game.
They just beat the Giants.
Yeah.
I think this week they play 3 divisions. I think after this game they play Washington next week.
Let me see the Broncos' schedule.
Denver does.
I'm trying to check. Who do they play after us?
I believe it's Washington.
Nope. It is the Houston Texans.
They're like Washington.
There they are. Yeah, because pretty much they don't play Washington until the end of November, and that is on. That is a Sunday night football game. Barring if that does not get flexed, how Washington's record is at the time.
Yeah.
But that, like I said, that promise is still in effect. If the Cowboys pull off the upset, it's free beer out of my car at Full Gear. And the other thing is I might have a planned skit of From American Dad, which is with Dak. It was going like, no way, Mom. My childhood died when Kobe B. Bryant was charged with sexual assault. Steve, what was he even doing in Colorado? Black man don't go no Colorado.
Kobe did.
Yeah, unfortunately, God rest his soul. But I'm saying that if the Cowboys pull it off, I'm going to say that on Dak, which is, why was he even in Colorado? Black man don't go no Colorado.
I will say this. I will say this about your team, Dallas. I mean, they have surprised me, especially on offense.
Yeah.
I mean, Javon Williams, he's been looking real good this year.
Yeah.
And I'll admit, Dak's looked good too.
I'm not taking anything away from Dak. It's just more of I'm more worried and more concerned is the defense. Now, the one good thing is, that is the weakness. The one good thing out of this is, we're not the Smurfs, thank God. Yeah, sometimes we do have problems closing out games, but at least to the point is, at least we know how to hold on to a big lead.
Speaking of Kobe, did you hear what CD Lamb did?
What?
He had 8 tattoo artists tattoo his whole back of a memory of Kobe Bryant.
Man, that's cool. That's not bad.
Yeah, it took 8. I think the thing is to get his whole tattoo done was like 12 hours and 30 minutes to get it done. But he did his whole back of a Mirage to Kobe Bryant.
I see. Yeah, I saw it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is pretty cool.
He's got the money to hire all them.
Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, I'm glad he didn't do hey, get a Cody Rhodes tattoo on his neck like Joe Burrow did.
Right.
Like I said, that will always disturb me when Cody got that neck tattoo. I'm sorry.
Well, he wanted to put his mark out there.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, like I said, yeah, the American Nightmare put it on his neck, but that was about it. But I have no problem with CeeDee Lamb did going in memory of Kobe Bryant.
It's been on his neck so long, it's making him turn heel.
It has. Yeah, it has. Next one we have is our Sunday night game. We have the Packers and the Steelers. Who you got?
Packers and Steelers. I'm gonna go with the Steelers here.
Okay, so you're picking
the Packers. I mean.
Oh.
Yeah, the Packers. I mean, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's all right. Yeah, I was gonna say, explain your choice because I know my friend Wolf. He did pick the Steelers in this one.
Right. I like the Packers here just for the fact of Josh Jacobs having a big game here.
Yeah.
The Steelers defense, run defense, ain't what it used to be. Then their passing game ain't what it used to be.
No.
I think Jordan Love would do just about okay in this to get by. Steelers offense, to me, they still don't have enough weapons.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Rodgers is doing everything he can. Their run game, I think, will be all right.
Yeah.
With Warren. You got Metcalf, but you don't use them that much.
No, they don't.
And you don't have a number 2 receiver at all. So I see Green Bay pulling the win here.
Yeah, I'd see Green Bay getting a win here. Josh Jacobs has a good game. Jordan Love going to Tucker Kraft because you know how he loves his tight ends. Because Tucker Kraft's he's been getting like a touchdown like almost in every game here. I'm trying to think.
Exactly.
Also, yeah, and also Romeo Doubs too. I can see Micah getting to Aaron Rodgers here. So I'm going to take the Packers in this one, and I'm going to say one thing. Thank God Arizona is on a bye. Jacoby Brissett, fuck you for almost costing me money. If Marvin Harrison would have caught that fucking ball, I would have had some money right there because I had a good player parlay on that game with the Packers and the Cardinals. McBride scores. Jacobs scores. Kraft scores. The only one I needed was Marvin Harrison Jr. Marvin Harrison does not catch any in the end zone in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I don't know what the Cardinals' issues is so that they don't use Marvin Harrison like they should.
No, I don't know what it is. And I'm not taking a shot at Trey McBride. Yeah, McBride's a good tight end. It's just, okay, you drafted Marvin Harrison and you still haven't used him.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's I just wanted to get that little thing out there because when we brought the Packers up, I just wanted to get that up, get that little thing on Jacoby Brissett. I said, fuck you, pal, for costing me money because if you would have got Marvin Harrison Jr. in the end zone, there's the possibility. I think I would have walked away with $1,000.
That's good, man. Hey, I don't blame you.
Yeah.
It sucks when you do the pools and the spreads and you lose it by one or one guy definitely should show up for you, and he doesn't.
Yeah.
That's the stuff that I've been dealing with this year is guys that are named players that you bet in the game do good, like get over 70 yards or get a touchdown or stuff that they should do it, and they can do it, and then they play and they don't do shit for it.
Yeah, that's why I said I was mad briefly at Dak with the Cowboys, but if he would have got George Pickens, I would have had 900, but he did get me the first one, which was Lamb and Williams and Jaden and Zach Ertz. That's why I said, all right, I'll take my 5. I got over getting mad at Dak for that. It was just the one time I said, all right, look, Dak, this is the one time I'm giving you this pass because I remember you did this back in 2022 when it was against the Lions, and I got pretty pissed off at you. And then when it was against the Bears, the time when we still had Micah, I said, you know what? I'm going to give you another chance here, Dak. Surely enough, Dak did not burn me, and that's when he got me 600 with 2 parlays, which was Dallas had to win straight up. Dallas had to cover against the Bears. This is 2022, people, not recently. Lamb had to score. Tony Pollard had to score when he was there. And then the other one, I think, was Dak had to throw for at least one. He had to throw for 300 yards. And then the other, I think he had to throw at least maybe 1 or 2 touchdown passes. And he did. No, wait, the other one, now I remember what it was. Tony Pollard had to get a touchdown. Then he had to run for 100 yards, which he did do. That was back in 2022 when I got 600 off of that. And that's when I said, all right, Deck, you have been forgiven. And that was when Dallas went on their bye that time. I remember that one. But in this game here, I'm still taking the Packers here. I see good games out of Tucker Kraft, Romeo Dobbs, Josh Jacobs, Micah getting to Aaron Rodgers. So I'm going to take the Pack in this one. I think you said you were taking Green Bay, correct?
Yeah, I'm taking the Packers.
Okay. The Packers are 3-point favorites. You taking those points?
Yeah, I'll take Green Bay to cover.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to take the Packers to cover as well. Over under 45.
I'm going to say over 45.
I'm taking an over too because Rodgers has something to prove here. It's against his old team, and he's going to ball out. Now, if this game would have been in Lambeau, I still think he would have balled out, but I think it would have been a lot closer. I'm still going to take the over in this one. Next we have is our final game. The end of the double Monday night headers. Thank you, Jesus. The Commanders and the Chiefs.
Well, this is an easy one. I got the Chiefs winning this
one.
Oh,
yeah.
Commanders, they got their receivers back, but now they don't have their quarterback back.
That was a blow there. Now, Jaden would have been back in this one. I think this would have been a sleeper good Monday Night Football game.
Yeah, it would have. And I don't like the Commanders like that, but Chiefs defense has been playing good.
Yeah.
The past 2 weeks they've been playing real good.
Yeah, they have been.
And long story short, I like Mahomes this week to go over 300 yards. I like how they're using Rice.
Yeah.
I like how they're starting to get Pacheco back in the running game.
Mm-hmm.
And the Commanders just don't have it what they had last year.
No, they don't. No. I'm going to go with the Chiefs as well, too, here. I see Mahomes having a good game, going to Pacheco, Kareem Hunt, Worthy, Rashid Rice, and I'm going to put Hollywood Brown has a good game, and Travis, too. And I can see the defense getting to Marcus Mariota. And I wish this game would have been in Washington because I did have a good political joke ready for Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift, but unfortunately it was in KC. I was like, damn it, can't use that joke. So if Taylor Swift happens to be seen on Monday Night Football, I don't know because I did not watch Chiefs Raiders, so I don't know if she was there or not, and I really didn't go off, and there was nothing I could do. But if she is there Monday night, for those of us at Tom Fullery's, we got Baywatch and Monday Night Raw.
The reboot.
Yeah, and the reboot.
To Baywatch.
Yeah, that too. Eventually, once that's next year, the reboot comes out.
Yeah, I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, I think I told you that a while back.
Yeah, I thought you were joking.
No, I was not joking. I saw it on Reddit. I thought it was a joke at first, but then when I looked, they said Fox did order a reboot of it.
Right.
And that's when I was like, okay, if you do the reboot, how are you going to do it? You can't bring back Jeremy Jackson because how he is aged, he did not age well.
Well, no, from what I read, none of the original cast members will be back.
Oh, okay.
It'll be all new people.
All right.
So
yeah, like I said,
that's what that because when you told me it, I was like, oh, okay. I was like, he's probably pulling my leg.
No, I wasn't making a joke. I was that was for real because I saw it on Reddit, and then when I typed it in a Google search, I said Fox has ordered a reboot of Baywatch. I was like, oh shit, this is real.
Yeah, and there's another show that Fox is rebooting that was really popular back in the day.
What was that one? I'm trying to think.
I don't know what it was.
Okay. But I knew that's when I said I was going to tell you because I know me and you were big Baywatch fans. I was going to let you know that right then and there. And that's when I said once Baywatch is back, if they need women, I know the WWE will not do it. They will not take advantage of that situation. They would mess it up somehow like they did back in 95 when they had Pamela Anderson there. They really messed that one up pretty bad.
Yeah, they always got a lot of Playboy Playmates to be in there.
Yeah, I just know is when they did it in 95, which was, okay, Pamela would escort the winner of the Royal Rumble to WrestleMania, which was Shawn Michaels at the time. And then after that, Shawn Michaels pulls the ultimate fuck you to her when he got Jenny McCarthy.
Yeah, And then they had Carmen Electra.
Mm-hmm.
And oh man, what was her name?
Yasmin Bleeth.
Binghamton. Yeah, she never did Playboy though.
I know. I think Cameron Binghamton. Like I said, because I remember we talked about this last year, which was why Pamela Anderson, David Hasselhoff had that little dispute is because most of those women did Playboy, and there was back in the day a Playboy edition of Baywatch.
Well, yeah, you remember the first one that they got that was from Playboy was
Erica Laniak, which was the original
yes.
Baywatch girl. The reason she left was because they didn't think her and Billy Warlock didn't think they were making as much money that they should have been making, and then they left. Billy Warlock got a better end of the deal when he left Baywatch. He went and did General Hospital, and he made a hell of a lot of money for 7 years.
Exactly.
So I don't envy him what he did. Yeah, he knew, General Hospital, which has still been on the air for a long, long time. He knew what he was doing when he left. I think he knew he had GH lined up when he got done with Baywatch.
Yeah. That's a classic show, Baywatch.
Yeah, that's why I said if they do need women, like I said, if you go to the AEW side, which I know Tony Khan will do, he will get the women out there and he will get a fortune. They'll do it right. And I can give you the women I'll say, which is out of this, if there ever was a Family Feud question, wrestling edition, we'll go is we asked 100 wrestling fans, name your women you would want to see on Baywatch. I'll go my number one answer, which would be Anna Jay, number one, Harley Cameron, 2. I'll go Thekla, Sky Blue, Julia. I'm trying to think who else. Harley, Chris, Willow. I'm trying to think anybody else I can think of at the moment. Yeah, that's about all I can think of right now for AEW women-wise. Oh, and Billy Starks. I'll put her out there.
That's a pretty good list.
Yeah, you can put yours out there, man. Go ahead.
Baywatch.
Mm-hmm.
I would go Trish Stratus.
Okay.
Mickie James.
Okay.
Tori Wilson.
Mm-hmm. Well, Tori did Baywatch back in '99. That's how we knew about Tori Wilson, a young Tori Wilson.
Right.
I thank Baywatch for that. They gave us a young Tori Wilson.
Bailey.
Oh, yeah.
JC Jane, Mandy Rose,
Mm-hmm.
Sarah Ray.
Okay.
Britt Baker.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I forgot about Britt. Yeah, she would look good. Jamie Hayter. I forgot about Jamie Hayter, too. Yeah, I'll put Jamie in there. And Queen Aminata.
Charlotte.
Oh, yeah.
Alexa Bliss.
Mm-hmm.
Stephanie Valkyrie.
Oh, yeah, she would. Rhea,
of course.
Yeah.
You can do a lot of them like that.
Yeah, as I said, I know when it reboots, but I know it's who would Fox go more towards? Would it go to WWE or would it go to AEW? But WWE, I don't think they could do it because of the whole PG rating.
Why? They're just in a bathing suit.
Yeah, it's just a bathing suit. It's just a one piece.
Exactly.
That's it.
Saving people's lives.
Yeah.
Not like they're having sex.
No, it's not that. Okay, yeah, that's why I said if it was
Baywatch nights.
Yeah. It's not like, okay, like I said, AEW, I don't think Tony Khan would have an issue with it. Trust me, he would do it in a heartbeat. Who you want, and I'll give you the names who I'll give you. And we just gave all the names we thought of.
Well, that's wrestlers. I mean, if you're going with celebrities like TV stars.
Yeah, I know they'll get some celebs and some TV stars. I'm just saying athlete-wise, I can say, yeah, they'll probably do like what WCW did back in the time when they did it. They'll get some male wrestlers on there, too. If I'm going to say male wrestler that probably would go on Baywatch, I would say Mox. He would be like the bad guy.
All right, I'm stopping at the male wrestlers.
I'm just saying as a role.
I know that. I'm just saying. I'm not going to say name.
Yeah, I understand where you're going. I'm not going that route, okay?
I hope not.
No, hell no. I'm into women.
I hope you're not doing surfer sausage.
No, hell no. Like I said, anybody who is that way, not that there's anything against it. I'm just saying, look, male roles to play. That was it. Trust me. I love women.
Well, That's good.
Yeah, like I said, trust me. I've been with enough women. Trust me. I'm not like Ric Flair, who's been married so many freaking times. Trust me. Worse is my cousin. He's been married so many times.
Yeah, some people like walking down that aisle 100 times.
No, they do. That's what I said. That's when I would go, yeah, watch out. Whoever Rick ever marries yet again, watch out. It ain't wife number whatever.
Right.
That's the thing right there. But no, that was if once Baywatch is rebooted on Fox, if they decide they ever want to get women for roles, that's why I said AW, you have your choice. There it is. So moving on, they have the Chiefs as 11.5 favorites. You taking those points?
Yeah, I got the Chiefs covering the 11.
This time I'm learning my lesson from last week. I'm not getting burned again with this. I'm taking the Chiefs to cover that 11.5. Over or under 47 points?
I'm going to say over 47.
I'm going to take over in this one as too. I think they'll get the points over. So before we end, Joe, what games should we look forward to?
Games I'm looking forward to this week are, of course, my Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
But I also want to see Dallas, Denver.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God. The Packers and the Steelers.
Okay.
The Commanders and the Chiefs. But I got work that night, so watch it.
Yeah.
Buffalo and Carolina, believe it or not. I want to see if Carolina actually can pull the upset.
Okay. I got you there.
And the Bears and the Ravens. Just want to see the Bears, see if they can actually
pull off.
Yeah.
Technically, it shouldn't be an upset. I know why that they had the Bears as underdog, because they all thought Lamar was coming back.
Exactly.
That was the only reason why I saw it that way. I said they must think Lamar was coming back, and like I said with that game, until I heard otherwise, if Lamar was coming back and they say, "Hey, Lamar is fully starting," then I would have changed that pick to the Baltimore Ravens, and then there was the possibility I would have touched Baltimore and Miami. But now it is, like I said, if the Bears pull it off, then I know Thursday night, this will be the second Thursday night football. Well, actually, this wouldn't be the second, because I remember when I first did this podcast in season 1, I think there were 2 Thursday night football games I didn't touch year one. That was Carolina and Chicago at the time, and then New England and Pittsburgh at the time. And then last year was Saints Broncos. This probably might be in that category of I'm not going to touch, which is Ravens Dolphins. I'll watch it. It probably be on my phone, but I'm going to say that out there, and I'm not making a joke out of this still. If anybody who decides to touch that game and to like to bet on, 1-800-GAMBLER.
Exactly.
So
what game was that again? Miami, Atlanta?
What'd you say?
Or Cincy and the Jets. You said 1-800-GAMBLER.
Yeah.
I said which game? Miami and Atlanta or Cincy and the Jets?
I'd say Cincy and the Jets on that one.
Yeah, Benny and the Jets.
Yeah, I'd go that route. The games I'm looking forward to is the revenge game for the Eagles and the Giants. I actually would like to see if Carolina can try to pull this off. I'm curious to see if they could, but I don't think they will. I'm still going with Buffalo.
Hey, both 4-4 wins here.
Yeah,
versus 4-3.
Yeah, like I said, any given Sunday could occur. So I want to see if it would occur. I was going to look forward to Bears Ravens, but now that Lamar is not playing, this won't be a shutout. I still think the Bears are going to win, but I'm not shutout. I mean shootout. Let me take that back. It's not gonna,
right. I know what you meant.
Yeah, I meant a shootout. So I'm going to take. Well, there's one for the blooper reel.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm going to take that one. I'm not looking forward to. My game, Cowboys Broncos. Like I said, even though I did pick Denver, and like I said, the promise is still in effect regardless. If Dallas happens to pull off the upset, I will give a free beer out of my car at Full Gear when it's in Jersey. So that is one. Packers, Steelers, I can't wait to see that game. And then Commanders and the Chiefs. So those are games I'm looking forward to. So it's just been enough time for talk. It's time for kickoff. I'm Dave Walker with Joe Law, and we'll see you on the field. Good night, everybody.
Good day, good sports. Later, Walker.
Later, man.
All right.
Later, bro.
Catch you up tomorrow.
Yep.
Later.
Later, man.
All right. Later.
Saying for rolls here. Okay,